Oh, okay. Hello, guys. Hi.
Going live on
Good
other
evening.
platforms.
Hi, YouTube.
Let us know if you're here.
Hello, guys. I'm going to turn Lisa around so she can talk to you. Kan ons die klein prentjie in die groot prentjie afsit?
Nee.
Okay, so hulle gaan die setup sien.
Hi guys.
Oh no.
What?
You can see me in the little
In the
picture.
little picture. In the little picture, you can tell us who can spot Matthew. What color pants does he have on?
I don't think you can see it. You can't see my
Can't see
pants.
the-
Okay, I'm gonna tilt. I'm gonna do a quick tilt.
Oof.
Ooh, can you see him?
Yeah.
What color pants does Matthew wearing? And what is the pictures on the pants? 10 extra points for who sees Matthew's pants.
10 points to nothing.
10 points.
Are we on Instagram and Facebook?
Yep, it's all
It's all live.
It's all live and working.
Hello,
Like, I'm-
Facebook.
I'm
Hello,
on
Instagram.
all the platforms.
Hello, YouTube. Welcome back. I'm back at the office working. Lisa's in Pretoria in her room, and if you hear a funny noise, that's her battery for her computer because they are expecting load shedding. I actually didn't even check our load shedding, but I'm sure you guys are going to have issues. I hope we can all be here until at least 9.
Hi Magda from Stellenbosch.
Hello, Magda.
You? Anyone on Facebook?
We always just hang around a little bit, giving everyone time to tune in, as they say.
So we actually got such good feedback last time from the game
Yeah,
about devices today.
but I'll tell you a quick long story. So I took everything in this big bucket up to Pretoria. We drove up, but I had to fly back because I had to be I can't be away for another 2 days, and the husband was gonna return today. Needless to say, he has not returned. He's returning tomorrow, and he's got all our cameras, all our equipment, so we had to beg, borrow, and steal to get new equipment to do this live. That's why TikTok is not live, guys. I'm so sorry. Next week, we'll get this. It's going to take us a while, but we'll get there. So we don't have any extra phones or any extra things to play the game on or anything, but I'm sure we can play a game with Matthew making up a word for us. Lisa,
Oh yeah, Matthew, right? And
I'm gonna take a piece of paper quick. Actually, somewhere should be. There we go, Matthew, and then I'll stick it on my head.
Wow.
Right, big, Matthew, big and pretty.
Yo, guys, this is a big ask.
No, that's it. Small. Take a big cookie. Take a
Hi
thick.
Kim on Instagram.
You
Kim
saw?
is joining us.
Yeah, Matt.
Okay.
And Sandra. Hi guys.
Okay, so we're gonna do heads up manually. Okay, let's get a theme, Lisa.
Animals again.
Animals. Matthew, I mustn't see, Matthew. How many?
And Bernice.
Hello, Bernice.
Let us know in chat if you're here.
Hi, guys. Welcome. Lisa, shall I do my new student, new? Okay, so for you guys who are new here tonight, we do this every Tuesday night at 7. And obviously you guys mostly know that we own the creative supply store called Fabric 8. So that's www.fabric8.co.za. And we have all kinds of creative supplies. We are expanding our range every day. And on a Tuesday, we do a little bit of a tutorial and also a question and Q&A at the end. So anything you struggling with, I'm supposed to be the the expert, but I don't pretend to know everything. So if I don't know it, I'll find out and I will answer your question next week. So I'm Amanda. This is my daughter Lisa. We are partners in the business. We also have another partner, my sister-in-law, which is John. And Matthew is our cameraman. It's a whole big family business.
And for the Instagram and Facebook and YouTube algorithm, we need to stall a little bit so that everyone gets that notification saying Fabricate is online and live streaming. So we're going to start with a little icebreaker. We did it last week and we got a lot of good feedback from it.
Sibongile is on Facebook.
Oh, hi Sibongile.
We're going to do a manual version of Heads Up. Matthew picked a word. We're doing animals.
I've got 2.
Okay, just give me one.
You guys need to explain in chat what animal it is so that Amanda can guess.
I can't see chat, so Lisa's got to read it to me.
Oh my word, that's very big. That's very small.
If I bring it closer, it's going to be see-through. I'm going to bring it closer with the paper behind it.
I don't know, guys. I think we can see it. I can see it.
Yeah, they can definitely see it now.
Everyone got it? Okay, you got to give me hints without saying
Guys,
what it is.
I'm going to read your explanations to Amanda, but you can't say the word. You can't say something too obvious.
Yeah, and please, guys, not like last week. It lives in the water and then it doesn't live in the water. A rhino doesn't live in the water. Can I just put that out there? Because I was at hippopotamus because it said, you guys said it was living in the water.
So Kim on Instagram said it's us, as in it's the people in the chat.
Freaks. Ah! Oh!
It's okay, doesn't look for it.
Roscoe on YouTube says
It's gone.
Yes.
noun with a tail.
It's what?
Matthew, are we still okay on YouTube?
Yes? I
Okay,
think
we're back. We're good. Okay, are you gonna not guess at all?
I'm trying to think. Brown with a tail. It's not a donkey because
Lisa's skipping the obvious hints.
unless we are donkeys.
It's not.
Um.
Kim says the boys have blue balls.
Oh wait. It's
Bernice says they steal bread off the
monkey. Monkeys.
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
Blue balls. I like that one. Oh.
Soul Design have lots of Durban, and Ashley says we evolved from them.
Oh, that would have given it
Eagle
away.
Beauty says something hairy.
Next one.
Guys, don't give. I'm gonna purposefully skip the obvious one.
Okay, I'm not looking, but I want to show you guys.
Very, very obvious. Okay, next. Matthew's also picking easy ones. Do you not know any obscure animal?
I do. What's the common thing between the... I'll tell you later. After this one, I'll explain why I picked those 2.
Okay, but pick
Okay.
your one for the last one.
Okay.
Guys? No man, come on, that's too obvious. I try and give her clues. No guys, all of these are so obvious.
Kim's one isn't too obvious.
Which one?
Kim's isn't too obvious.
Kim says she likes them.
The
Pet ones.
what?
The pet ones. She likes the pet ones.
The pet ones.
Bernice says there's a calm surrender. I'm not sure what that means.
Can I go with the... Is it
Yes,
cats?
they can open car doors.
Oh! Fuck, I'm sorry. I saw that video. A lion. I saw that video. It freaks the hell out of me. I will never. I said to Lisa, to my sister-in-law, I want to go do a safari, but I want to check out the vehicles we're going to drive in first. Because if a lion comes close to me, you kill me now.
We got some really obvious responses. So guys, if I didn't read your responses, it's because I thought she was going to
Matthew, give me a obscure one.
Raina said it roars. We got a Amina, it roars. Pacific roar.
I can't believe, I rewatch that video every now and again when I start thinking about maybe going on a safari. Then I like, no way, Jose.
And King of the Jungle. Okay, let's do the last one. Something obscure. Come. I can see it's not done yet.
Can I just say that you know why I picked those two? Because both of them are nicknames of mine, so that's why I chose them. I was called My Lion and Monkey Matt, so you know.
What is that? Oh my word. See, now that one, no one's going to get that one.
Yes, I know.
This is the last one, then we're going to
This is the last one. Can you guys see it?
Last one, then it's tutorial time, okay? You can go to www.fabric8.co.za/insta-link. I'll post it in the chat now to download the pattern or the instructions or whatever for tonight. So go do that so long while we finish up this little game.
Okay.
Guys, any responses?
Give me something.
An Australian ostrich.
Oh, I know this, Matthew.
Yeah, but I mean, Lisa read the most obvious clue ever.
She doesn't know the animal, that's why. Is it an emu?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Lisa
Okay,
just
honestly,
Lisa literally was like, yeah, no.
I don't know what an Australian ostrich is. Sorry.
Lisa, it's like an ostrich. You shouldn't have mentioned the word ostrich. It's like
I don't know a lot of Australian animals, but I was going through the top 3. Okay, guys, that was good. We'll do
No,
face.
obscure one. That one went too easy.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
Come on,
Okay.
Matthew, come.
really, Lisa, really. Maybe you should.
Lisa, give him one then.
Don't have one. I don't know animals. Come, Matthew, quick. An obscure bird.
Don't go with obscure. I don't know a lot of birds. I know emus and ostriches.
Okay, last one, promise, guys, and we'll get into it.
I think I spelled it wrong, but it doesn't matter.
And while you're here, let us know in chat. Say hi. I'd love to give you guys a shout out.
Everyone see it?
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, guys, guessing. Guess. And then we're going to start the tutorial.
No, you guys mustn't guess. You must give hints. You guys probably know what it is. You did read it.
Don't guess.
Yeah. Give me hints.
Colorful.
What?
Colorful.
Okay.
Am I not seeing the chat, or is
No.
no one giving hints on Instagram?
No, they're not giving hints yet.
Give
Come,
it-
guys. Kom.
Colorful.
Colorful.
Okay. It's only.
Large beak.
Oh gosh.
It's a bird.
Yes. Well, parrot.
No.
Toucan. Toucan.
Yes.
Fruit mascot. Yeah, it's a toucan.
Yeah, man. I'm just too good for you guys. Okay. So who's ready for the tutorial? Give us some love.
Last week was so much better when you guys were saying the rhinoceros lives in the water.
Ah.
And
Yeah.
people are
Well.
like, no, it doesn't live in the water. And then someone else is like, no, for sure it lives in the water. That was a good game. This was boring.
Yeah. But that's we'll think of something else. Maybe we'll do celebrities or something next week.
Yeah. Okay, guys, go to www.fabric8.co.za/insta-link to download the pattern for tonight's tutorial. And then Amanda is quickly going to give a little recap of what we are and what we're doing here tonight. We have quite a few viewers on all the platforms, which is good because it means my marketing is paying off.
Yeah.
Welcome to all the newbies. I'm Lisa. Yeah. Not
Not
real.
not here. There.
Yeah, but not yet.
Okay, hi. To everyone who doesn't know who we are I'm gonna say a family business run by me, Amanda, Lisa, and my sister-in-law Jean, and we do creative supplies. So we, at the moment, we're sort of specializing in sewing and knitting and crocheting, but we are going to expand the product repertoire or whatever into more crafty things. But I'm not going to do crafts that everyone's got. I want to do like more obscure things that we struggle to get. And the store's obviously Fabric 8. So it's www.fabric with an 8, number 8.co.za. And I am, as Lisa stated, the resident sewing expert. But and I will, on every Tuesday night we have a live Tuesdays, and we do a short tutorial of about an hour, and then we do a Q&A session where you can ask me anything about sewing. Don't ask me anything. And if I don't... What?
Ask her anything but like really weird things.
Yeah. Lisa, you're going to open up the back door, the gutter. Yeah, so if I don't know everything. If I don't know, I will get back to you with a correct answer. All right, so this is the part where we start with the tutorial. And I have previously said that I get a lot of requests to do dresses and things like that. Unfortunately, we cannot possibly or physically be live for 3 hours. Our phones run out of battery. We already plugged it all into batteries. But so this is more of a short, fun tutorial. So I try and find things that I know you guys will use, even if you're an old hat or a newbie, and I try and incorporate different techniques into what we do. Today is project 19 already, so there's 18 projects already up and available with the patterns, if it has a pattern. So if you new here, please go download the other patterns, and then all the lives are on Insta. Yeah.
.fabric8.co.za/insta-link. If you ever need anything from us, it is always at www.fabric8.co.za/insta-link.
Yes.
Including our WhatsApp groups, which Amanda is also going to tell you about.
Yes. So all the patterns are there, and then the live streams we save, and they are all on Instagram, Lisa?
Yes. All the live streams are on Instagram that we've ever done. They are there. Just scroll and you'll find them. And we have just started out on YouTube and Facebook, but the last couple of weeks are also saved on YouTube and Facebook, and slowly but surely we'll start uploading the older things to YouTube as well.
So oh, something just fell. That doesn't matter. Anyway, so you can get the pattern, and if you don't know what to do, then you just watch our lives because there's a tutorial on there. Okay, and then the other thing is we also have a WhatsApp group. We have 2 groups. We have one for updates. So if you want to just stay updated with or spamming or selling your Tupperware or whatever on there, it is a group for people who sew, who want to speak to other people who sew, who want to ask questions, find things that you can't find. That is what that group is for. So please don't join if you don't like WhatsApp groups. This is a group that is quite busy some days. So I would suggest that you put it on mute, and then I call it my bedtime story. And then I read the whole day's WhatsApp in the evening.
But if you're unsure, come and join our groups. Check it out for a day or 2. We love having some newbies. The group, the chat group is also filling up.
Yeah, we only have a few more spaces on that one.
Yeah. And people are super helpful. We share the general just help and like advice if you want advice, or you just share your projects and have other girls fangirl about sewing with you, because there is a real like the sewing community in South Africa, so that's what we're trying to build, even with these live streams.
Yes. Okay, so now we are at our project of the week, and I'm sure the ones of you have downloaded already, and you will see that it's project 19, and it's called a needle book. Okay, and as I said, I try and make the projects things that you can use. All right. So because it's quite a long project, I actually what?
No, one more thing. If you guys have any questions about the project throughout, drop them in the chat on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. I am sitting here monitoring all of them. That is actually why I'm here. And I will interrupt Amanda and we will ask the question and she'll give you an answer. For example, if you don't understand something she explained or you need like a little bit more advice about it, feel free to ask. And at the end of every live stream, we'll also do a general Q&A. So if you have unrelated questions, you can save us for the end and we'll answer it at the end.
Yes. Okay.
Bye. Bye.
Oh, you're leaving now.
No, I'm just muting myself.
Okay. All right. Okay. So today's project is called a needle book, and it's I know most people, me included, have all these packets of needles and they get quite, you need to find a storage for it. So this side is obviously the little storage for the little packets, and then on this side what's really nice about this is I'm sure most of you you know when you use a different needle for a different fabric, but then the needle you're taking out is not old, it's still usable, and then I have this habit of putting it into my pin cushion, but then I have to, you know, really get like close up to try and figure out what size needle that was. So what you would do now on this is you would just pin the needle in its place there so that you know it's a universal 60 by 80. So this is very, very nice for that. And I finished this one to almost finished. It just needs its bias binding around it. But I'm going to wiggle cloth. And yes, this is just the see-through one that you buy at these plastic stores for putting over tables. All right. You'll need a bit of that. You don't need a lot of that. Fusible compressed batting. I'm sure everyone that's been here for a while knows what that is. So that is, here we go. That's batting. And batting is just spun poly, plastic to give it a little bit. So that's why this is nice and thick and it has some body. Okay. Lisa will post all the links to the products that we actually keep. It will also be available for you to just download.
Which one you say I should post now?
What?
Which one should I post now?
This. Oh, the fusible batting, the compressed fusible batting. All right. That's the one thing, and then the other things you'll need is I have some, I think this is 1.2 centimeter or 1 centimeter bias binding already ironed and on a roll, and also the 2.5 centimeter bias binding, and then I also have this 1 centimeter ribbon. All right, so if you look at this, you can see where I've used the ribbon. Obviously this is up to you, Nay. You don't have to use, like me, bright colors. It can all just be cream or whatever. I'm a bright girl, so I like my brights. All right, so that's the ribbon, and then I use double-sided tape, which I put somewhere. Don't know where. Let me try and find it. I was walking around with it and I put it down somewhere. Anyway, it's double-sided tape. Oh, there we go. There we go. Just normal double-sided tape. And I'm using the really thin one. We've actually just received this. It's not on the website yet, but it'll soon be on. And then you can get it from us also. This is just normal one, so it's not the quilter's tape, because the quilter's tape is very expensive. All right, and in a product like this, where you're not going to really wash it, it doesn't matter that there's normal double-sided tape in it. All right, okay, so double-sided tape, and then the printed needle chart, which is this. Now I'm going to explain to you how I get the printed needle chart. That is also a product that it's not on yet, but it will be on by the end of this week. So you get a piece of cloth that you want to print on, and then this is called Reynolds freezer paper. I get these imported from America, so they are quite expensive. Yes, but remember you can print anything at home. So yes, it's expensive. I think they about 10 rand a sheet. But I mean, you wouldn't be able to print something if you didn't have this. All right. So the basics of it is, you can see that I've taken my piece of fabric and I've ironed it really well. And then the freezer paper has a matte side and a shiny side. And all you're going to do is you are going to iron this with quite a hot iron and no steam. I'm just going to put the iron on so I can show you. Okay, so no steam, and this shiny bit, I don't know what it is, but I've tried quite a few different papers and baking and every paper I could possibly find in South Africa, and it doesn't work like this. So you're going to put this on the wrong side of the fabric with the shiny side to the fabric, and then you're going to iron it. I'm just waiting for that iron to heat up. There we go. And then your printer needs to be a laser, and it also needs to be able to take single feed. Okay, so it can't go into the big cartridge at the bottom. It needs to have that single feed printer. I have a cheapy Brother black and white, monotone, what do you call it? A laser, and it works fine. It works perfect. All right, so I'm going to just iron this quickly. It's going to take 5 seconds. You're going to not see me necessarily. Just so you can see how it actually gets done and how it actually works. It's not someone trying to
I'm not sure if this is bad camera work.
No, it is. It is. I didn't think. I forgot about the ironing board is not in. I actually took the ironing board out. Okay, it's done. I'm done. I'm back. I'm back, people. Don't feel alone.
Show them iron.
The mini iron is here, but I can't reach it, so I have to go to that ironing board. But this one works fine for this also. It is a mini steam iron, and we also stock those, and we actually ran out of stock, but we are getting new stock day after tomorrow. So they are on the website, and they are available for back order. Okay, so if you look at that, you can see that the paper is now stuck to the back of the fabric. All right, and what do you need to do now is you need to actually physically cut this piece of paper exactly A4 size, because otherwise the printer won't take it or recognize it. So I normally just use if I can get in here, there we go. I just use a normal piece of A4 paper, and I put it on top, and then I just cut it the same size as the paper. Okay, and then I just do a square.
Matt, on Instagram, can we please tilt the camera a bit down? We've got a lot of wall and very little table.
Yeah, but remember we tilted that one up because my head was not in, but now it's in. Oh, it wasn't that one. Okay.
Is that better, Lisa?
Well, it's a delay, so I'll let you know.
Okay, so I'm just basically cutting it down to the exact A4 size. I'm using a normal A4 sheet to put on top, and I am cutting it. Alright, so now if you look at it, you'll see that it is now exactly the size of an A4 sheet. Okay, so my printer, I want to come up close and show you guys, but you can see that this is actual fabric, and on the back is that Reynolds freezer paper that I've ironed onto it. So my printer, it goes in with the fabric side on top, and I'm going to do that quickly, and then Matthew's going to press print for us on my computer, Matt.
Okay.
Is this on the website, the freezer paper?
No, it's gonna be. I'm halfway with putting it up on the website. Okay, so it's in the printer now. Matthew's gonna press print, and then I'm gonna go fetch it, and you're gonna see, and then hopefully it doesn't it doesn't get stuck or something weird. Wrong printer.
Oh, sorry, that was just what I just
No,
clicked.
that's me. That's me. Matthew, entertain. Print.
Hello, everyone.
1 Maca, 2 Maca, 3 Macarena.
I'm not going to do Macarena. I'm not wearing my usual fancy dress tonight. I'm so sorry. I was a bit warm, so I had to get dressed into basic clothes. I'm so sorry I didn't look as fancy as usual.
I'm back. It's gonna print now. Sorry, it was sent to the color printer. There we go. I can hear it.
The people have been asking for Matthew to do the Macarena.
Okay, give me, Matt. It's done. Pass it to me. Thanks. Okay, so there we go. Printed on the fabric. How cool is that? Come on. So now you just go and you very easily tear the paper off the back. And this is now done. You can't use it again. But now you have that printed. My printer cartridge is a little bit empty. So it's not printing as black as it should. Alright, so my suggestion is just to set it, that you give it a little bit of an iron. Again, don't use steam, and just set it with quite a hot iron. And then as far as I know and as far as I've seen, this can actually be washed, and people actually use this method if they're doing quilting and they want to write a message or something on fabric that they incorporate in the quilt. This is what they do with it. All right.
From Magda Lievenberg.
Yes.
YouTube. She wants to know, can this printing also be done on an inkjet, your words, ink.
Magda, I think you should Google that, but I've also got a color inkjet, and I Googled, and they all say you need a laser printer. It's something to do with the ink not being liquid. If you think about liquid ink on fabric, I don't know. So as far as I know, no.
Susan says she uses an inkjet, and I think it works.
Oh, is it? And what paper is she using?
Susan, what paper are you using? And then also, while we are sort of in the middle of nowhere, we just had a lot of people join on Instagram. If you want to just say hi.
Hi everyone, hello. Welcome to Live Tuesdays. We are a family business, and it's called it's the web address is www.fabric with the number 8.co.za, and we do a live stream every Tuesday where we do a small tutorial of about an hour, and then we have a Q&A after that. So any questions about sewing, I am supposed to be the resident sewing expert. If I don't know, if I don't have stock, if I can't get it, I will let you know. Susan, answer yet? No? Okay, so now just for our tutorial's sake, we're gonna start. We've now done the printing, okay? So that's the one bit. So now we're gonna start by cutting a 50 by 32 centimeter piece of fabric, outer fabric, and the same of the inner fabric, same size, and also the same size a piece of the fusible interfacing. All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take the fusible interfacing and you are going to iron it to the wrong side of your outer fabric. Okay, you're going to keep the inner fabric loose like this. All right.
And see, she used freezer paper and she's done a lot of photos with it.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, this is freezer paper. So if it works on, I'll actually test it sometime. I'll actually test it and see. I think the problem comes in. I don't know. I just followed what I saw on YouTube, and I will test it out. But I'm sure if Susan says it works, it works. So yes, for that inkjet printer. Yeah. Okay. So then the next bit we're gonna do is you're gonna cut the inner fabric, and then you'll see, if you look, it says here, mark inner fabric with fabric pencil as in picture 1. Okay, so I made the whole diagram for you. Alright, so showing you exactly how to mark every line. So if you look at that picture and you look at my fabric, you'll see that every line that's on this picture is marked on here. So the first bit you'll do is obviously get half like that and mark that half, and then get half like that and mark. I saw my iron because that's easier, and then I draw the line, and then you're going to draw all the other bits in there. It takes quite a little bit of time, but it really is such a super cool thing. So let's just do the little bit of extra work. If you feel comfortable just sewing things, do that. I would probably not have had the lines if I didn't have to show someone how to do it. The next
We
bit.
have another question. What fabrics does the printing work on?
I am unfortunately a little bit of a fabric snob, so I generally only use cotton fabrics or linens. I don't use the new polycottons. The new polycottons are awful unless you can get polycotton sheeting. They are not so bad. But because you're going to be ironing on them, and I would actually suggest using something cottony, or like jeans, or something that doesn't have stretch, obviously, and also something that won't shrink while you're putting heat on it. Okay? Alright, so that says, okay, so the next bit, star number 3, says we need to, what we're going to do with our little printed bit is I gave you those nice little, what's that, dash line. So you're going to actually iron that in all around to do that. And the reason why we iron it in, even though we are putting a little bit of a surround on it, is some people aren't as, Lisa says I'm a bit much as me, so they won't want this here. And then if you ironed it back, it doesn't actually need that edging. Alright, if you are putting an edging, you can actually just cut it down, because you are going to be putting the edge right over that dotted line. Okay, so,
In chat, let us know if you're a bit much or if you're not a bit much. I'm going to put a poll on YouTube as well.
Me and Lisa, we are the opposites. She is a bit little and I'm a bit much. Well, our aesthetic is completely opposite. Alright, so once you've done that, and I'll give you a little hint with the corners when you're folding back like this. So when I start, I will make a 90-degree to the point where I want to turn. So I would iron my corners like that first. Can you see that? Alright, so then when I come with this and that, it gives me a better corner than doing a corner like that, because that bit always wants to come out. Okay, so once you've done that, you are going to take this, the top part, and obviously this is now going to be, and you are just going to aim for the center and sew it to this. And then if you wanted to give it an edging, you would edge it there. Okay, and another thing I did, because my printer ink is a little bit low and it's not printing very dark, I actually sewed through these lines just to give it, not very straight, I gotta say. That's when you're standing and sewing. Just to give it a slightly more definition. Okay, so basically that bit is done. Remember, we are still only working on the single layer. All the single layers. All the single layers. Put your hands up. Okay, so next it says center. Okay, we've done that. Say center needle book fabric on top of on the top half of inner fabric, as in picture 2. So that's that bit we've just done. Okay. All right. Next, sew down the needle book and edge with ribbon if you prefer. All right. Okay. Then the next bit is, you can see I've done everything ahead of time. So, oh, I lost one thing already again. I keep playing with the things and then I put them somewhere. Did I throw it away?
Louis Storm said 2 classes with you drove you nuts, so he's a bit much.
Louis is a bit much. Yes, he is. I agree.
Might be the most. I'm just like talking shit now. I am doing it to fool the social media algorithms. So please post in chat.
Yeah. This is the plastic, okay? And they need to be 50 centimeters long by 5 centimeters, okay? This is just a sample. Here are mine, just to show you how to do it, okay? So you're going to have this. I don't know if you can see it, but that's 5 centimeters wide. And then I'm going to take the thin bias binding, and it comes like this, but I'm going to fold it into half and iron it flat. So it looks like this, fold it in half and ironed flat. All right. So that, if you think about this, it's just going to go over this edge like that, and we're going to sew it to the edge of this plastic to give it a edging, because if you just leave it plastic, the edges get really ugly. Okay, so now comes the biggest tip for when you're working with this plastic, and it is called a Teflon foot. Okay, so this is the brother one. There, Lisa has a link for that also. This is a generic. As long as you need, as I said last time, when you have a foot like that, so you can see the hole, your needle,
Non-stick foot.
yes, Teflon non-stick foot. Okay, your needle just needs to pass through this hole. As long as your needle passes through that hole easily, the foot will work. If your needle hits the foot, so what you will do when you test a generic foot is you wouldn't just go sewing, people, please. You will put the foot onto your machine, and then you will use the flywheel, which is this, the hand wheel, and just take the needle down a little bit to see that the needle actually goes through the hole of the foot and doesn't actually touch the foot. Okay? If you just go, voila, you're going to break a needle, and you also can break your machine. All right? So, let me show you. Let's see if I can show you. If I take this and I put some pressure on it, can you see how it's not sliding? It's actually pulling the plastic with it. If I take the Teflon, can you see that? It's one of those things. Okay, so Teflon foot on, and you can also use your Teflon foot as a normal foot. You don't have to take it off to sew normal and put it back on to sew. It is like a normal foot on normal fabric. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to put that piece of bias binding over the edge, and you are just going to sew with a straight stitch. Lisa is in the way. Let's just move Lisa a little bit. And
Oh no.
okay, and we're going to just put that over the edge. I would not suggest that you pin this, because you do not want to make holes in your plastic, and you're just going to get it started. That's why you'll see that the plastic is actually slightly longer than you need. and just once you get it started, it's fine. Then you're going to keep opening up this bias binding so that the plastic slides in there. Otherwise, you're not actually sewing the plastic to the bias binding to the plastic. Okay. And off we go. A bit of advice. Don't be holding here, because can you see this doesn't move? So try and lift it a little bit, because the plastic will stick to the machine also. So I lift it and just keep adding it in there. No, it's normal. What is it called? Tablecloth that you buy at the plastic shops. It's plastic tablecloth. It comes in a roll with all those, you know, those like 70s. See, it comes in a big roll, and it's just the clear one. It's the ones that people put over their furniture in the 70s. Okay, so I'm going to come up close to show you. If you look at this now, you can see that I've edged. Can you see it? There we go. There. I've put that edge there so that this bit, which we're going to use the whole time, doesn't actually bend and stretch, because this will get like a little bit mucky after a while if you don't give it an edging. All right. So we've done that. Let's see. Edge clear tablecloth strips on one side with your 1 centimeter binding that you have folded in half. Okay, so here's my 4 that we're going to use. Done, ready. Okay.
Are you using a specific needle or
No specific needle for the plastic. I use a needle that matches my fabric. So I think I've got a universal needle in here. I'm just going to pin. We can stick a bit. Oh, jeez. What am I doing? We can. Hello? Did it now bend? Yeah. How lucky can you be? There we go. Okay. So I'm going to just stick this on the edge here. And you'll see why just now. So, all right. Oh. And then I normally take my nail and stick it down. See how easy is that? Look. Done. It's not going to fall. I don't need pins. That will make holes into my plastic. And then I'm going to take a piece of a piece of ribbon. All right.
Way all your Life Tuesday projects, and she dips this one.
Who says what?
Mina says you should give away all your Life.
I should. Yeah.
And she dips this one.
Okay. All right.
Lisa, is the volume on Instagram working fine? Because there's a weird little flashy thing on the screen right now.
I'll check.
It keeps, like, the volume thing keeps popping up. I just want to see if I need to...
Is it working? Who's watching?
Out of my side.
Is it fine?
No, it's breaking up. Amina's also saying it's breaking up.
Okay, let's see what's going on.
Should I try and join and then leave again like we did the previous time? I'll send an invite back.
The phone seems to be struggling a little bit. Give me 1 second. Okay, the phone's hot.
Oh,
Never
take
ideal.
take the power out of it. Take the power out.
It
of
needs
it.
the power.
Is it almost empty?
It's on 20%. So we can do it out, but there's a million apps open. I'm closing them.
That
So everyone give me
makes
one
no
second.
difference.
It's bad. They're doing things in the
No,
background.
people can't hear you if you're not in the app, but I've posted in the chat.
Cover off as well, because that definitely makes a difference. So do this until it comes until it gets a little bit cooler. Did it end?
No.
This phone is no longer strict. Like, I don't actually know what's going on here, but I don't know how to.
Just open up a new one. If it's not there, it's not there. Just start again.
Yeah, Lisa, what's happening on that one? Can you see it? Should I?
It's just paused, but I mean, if it's not showing up on your Instagram,
It's not.
Okay, guys, sorry, we're having some technical difficulties. As I said, we don't have our right phones here.
Matthew, is it not there?
No.
Okay, then just start a new one.
Busy doing it.
Sorry, guys. I am going to buy more phones with money I don't have to sort this problem out. Okay, are we back? Lisa?
Give me 1 second. Yeah, we're back. Let me test the sound. Okay, it's fixed. But by the way, like, if you guys keep quiet, it's difficult to text.
Okay, oh, sorry. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, sorry everyone about that. We had some technical difficulties. Hopefully this, yes.
Okay, I hope we sorted. Okay, so we've stuck down the first row onto the double-sided tape on the side. Now, you can also, if you want, and you're lazy like me, you don't like pinning, you can also, now, you'll see that 5mm gap that I've left you there works perfectly for another strip of double-sided tape. And then we're going to just lift it again. Okay, and now we're going to use that as the line to put our ribbon on, and that way we're also going to get our ribbon nice and straight. Like that, and you will see that the ribbon is actually falling over the little plastic bit. So that is our first line. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to sew on the bottom and on the top of the ribbon. So it's going to be just 2 lines of sewing. I prefer doing the one that's not on the plastic first, and as soon as I'm done, I'm going to show you what I've done. Okay, and the other side. It's all bent out of shape now. Let me get it in underneath the ribbon again. Not wanting to work with me today. There we go. In there. So yeah, you just lift the ribbon and you get the plastic underneath it if it comes out like this. Okay, so let me show you up close. Can you see what I've done? Now this is closed at the bottom and the sides are stuck to this double-sided tape, and that's the first one done. And you're going to just keep repeating that. So now we are going to just do the next one. Exactly the same. You're going to line it up to the top line there. And there. And go. And then you can, whew, I'm hot now. I know this. And then you're going to do another one like that. And I'm going to just stick them down now and not sew them all because it's going to take too long. But we're going to do that. And then the same with the next one. Like that. Okay, and the next ribbon is going to go, oops, there. And you're just going to repeat my first step. Okay? And the last one. Now the last one, you don't need to give a ribbon at the bottom because it is going to fall into, the bottom of it is going to fall into your bias binding. Okay. So once that is all sewn like that, your next step is to take your double-sided tape and paste it down like this. It's always difficult to get it straight first time. There we go. And down like that. Okay. Can you see how lazy sewers sew? And I'm going to just use my nail again, and then I'm going to lift, and that's going to be there. And then you'll see that at some point I tell you cut 3 pieces of ribbon. Okay, that was that one. It says burn and fold the edge of your ribbon pieces. So you're going to cut pieces as long as this, but you're going to burn and just fold over that ribbon there for the start. And you are going to stick it down like that. And you are going to sew up this side, and you're going to enforce that horizontal bit and down. I want to show you up close, and then I'll show you. It's going to look funny now because it's going to lift, but can you see? And that's how you create those little individual pockets. All right, so this is the finished product. See, those are sewn down, and every little one of these becomes a little pocket. Every one of these becomes a little pocket. Okay, and that is it. And then last but not least, when you are finished with this, all done, and you will take your piece like this. You will take your piece that's that way, that we've put the compressed batting to, and we will put them wrong side against each other, and I line up the center line. I line up that center line and that center line, and then you will also see that I sewed through this center line. Sewed through both sides. Oh, there, I lost one. And that makes it fold like a book. Okay? And then the other thing I would do is I would pin it nice and neatly, all of them, and then just pin them, and then sew a basting stitch around the edge just to keep it all in place for our bias binding. And the bias binding is exactly the same that we did on last week on the machine cover. So I would actually cut it already. I would use that 2.5 centimeter binding, and I would actually do it the difficult way, not with the machine foot, because as soon as I've got the compressed batting in there, it becomes too thick. So if you check our bias binding series, you'll see that you're going to sew it down there. That's going to go over and turn exactly like we did 2 weeks ago. And then we're going to give it another top stitch, and that is how the binding goes on. And then it is finished. And then also, if you wanted, I don't want it to actually be a closing one. It doesn't really need to be. But if you wanted it to have like a little ribbon to close it or something, I would suggest that you actually sew the little ribbon here or right round maybe, but before you sew this on. Okay, so that it doesn't, because if you sew it on now, it's going to come through the stitching. So you want to sew that little ribbon onto the outer fabric. If you want to do it like a book, you're going to go like right round. Let me get some ribbon somewhere. Do I have ribbon? I had ribbon. Okay, let's just do it with bias binding. I can't find the ribbon. So you would sew this like that and all the way around, and then these two pieces would tie. But remember, you have to sew this bit not right to the edge, né? Because you're gonna bias bind that, and then this is gonna get involved. So I would say stop about 1.5 centimeter from the edge, so that this stays loose, so you can still bind it and still use your ribbons. And guys, that is it. I really think this came out really cute. I'm going to do the binding and I'll show you next week. It is a little bit of labor intensive, but this is forever, man. You don't have to make another one again. Tell me in chat if you like it.
Tell us in chat if you're going to try it out. And also tell us in chat why Facebook people never chat. Like, Instagram people chat, YouTube people chat, but so quiet. But I can see here.
So they are feeling self-conscious.
Vote in chat on whether load shedding level 1 or level 2 is better. People voted for level 1. I just thought you guys might want to know the outcome of this.
What? Who would vote for level 2?
All night.
Oh, shame. Okay, guys, I am done with that. Tell me if you like it. Tell me if you think you will figure it out. Tell me if I didn't do it good enough and didn't explain well enough, so that I can also learn and be better at what I do. And yeah, if there's no questions about the tutorial, we are now open for general Q&A.
I think we should just say to the people on Instagram that are tuned in now or watching this later and are confused, the live was interrupted, unfortunately. So if you want to catch up on this and see the whole process, please go check out us on YouTube to make sure.
Or Facebook.
Or Facebook,
Yeah.
because obviously you're not going to be able to rewatch this on Instagram, unfortunately, because we did lose.
Well, only the last bit. The first bit you'll not see.
Yes, which is like, the most of it. And then, yes. So if you look watching this, you can watch the whole thing again. Just go check it out on Facebook or YouTube.
Want the link to anything ever, including the link to our YouTube account and our Facebook account, it is in our bio on Instagram, or go to www.fabric8.co.za/insta-link. And I sound like a salesperson.
Yes, but that's okay. Okay, so any questions? Any questions about, I've not heard anyone even say they like it or don't like it, what we just did tonight.
People are saying they love it.
Is it? Are they going to make it though? And we see no pictures. Nobody sends us pictures. I feel like a mom whose child goes to varsity and you never see them.
That's not what happened with you.
No, that did not happen with me though. I was not one of those parents that was lucky enough to get rid of them when they went to varsity. Anyway, okay, so any other questions? Anything about sewing? Anything about products? Yeah?
Who wants to know what needle did you use on the plastic?
I used, as I said, I match my needle to my fabric. The plastic, any needle should pierce the plastic. I wouldn't use a too thick needle because then it's gonna make the holes very big. So I am on a 80-12 universal, and because I work with cotton fabrics and not stretch and jersey or jeans or anything like that, I generally use universal or microtex.
Someone wants to know if the interfacing you used is on our website.
Yes, the interfacing. That's the fusible compressed batting. It's called. I use that in all my projects for the simple reason that it's not as thick as normal batting, and I do like the fact that this is our project from last week or 2 weeks ago for the newbies. This is if I can show you. Sorry, that's my dog. Odin, gaan lê. This is the project of 2 weeks ago. So it's either that for your foot and everything can go in there, or let me show you. But this has also got the fusible batting. So this is like a little tablecloth thingy, like this. And then you won't see it now, but then it has this little hanging bit for your scissors and your things. And that pattern is also up on the website. But this is also fusible batting in between 2 layers, and then we quilted through it. So, yeah.
Miss Leola,
Mm?
what is the best way to make your own labels for your brand?
The best way to make your own labels for your brand. Well, I'm not going to talk about labels. There are people who print labels. If they didn't get stuck without a computer for a week and a half, actually 2 weeks. So yeah, you get people who do short run and printing, and then also I've actually seen people use this printing, the paper, the freezer paper, and print their own labels like that also.
Ursula says Odin wants to come say hello to us.
Yeah, no, he's very, very bored, and he's been very anxious because I was away for a week. So Matthew had to do surrogate mother, and he's still not over the puppy being here. He's very jealous. So yeah, I'll take some pictures of them. I keep forgetting to show you.
And Matthew and Odin had a good amount of miscommunication.
Yes. So Odin is very, very in the house. When he's in the house, obviously when I'm working, he's outside. He used to lie with me when I was working, but now with the assistant, and he's a very big dog, and people are scared of big dogs, so he can't lie with me at work anymore, but he is just outside. He can see me almost. So he's very obedient. If I say lie down, he lies down. If I say sit, he sits. If I say on the couch, lie in the right way, like turn the right way so that he lies. He's got a specific way he should lie and everything. So he's very obedient. But now the new puppy obviously has no obedience. So they come in and Odin's lying down, and then the new puppy wants to faff around on the couch, and then I go like, Freya, stop, or Freya, lie down, and Matthew was doing the same thing. And Odin just assumes we're screaming at him, and then he gets off the couch and goes to lie on the stoop all on his own, because he just assumes all the screaming up until now was at me. So he doesn't quite understand that now we're screaming at her and not at him. Shame. Any questions?
Yes, there was. Wait. Lynn asks, if you're sewing on stretch/knit, you use a knit needle and then change it for cotton, etc. What about overlocker? I use the same needles regardless of material. Is that wrong?
Okay, so let me give you a tip. I will always rather have a Microtex or a stretch or a ballpoint, which is a jersey needle, on my overlocker. I would never use universals on my overlocker. So on my overlocker, I would have stretch or jersey, because those needles can work on normal fabrics without issues. It's the problem is when you're working with knit, that the normal needles will break those little strands and cause those little, what's it called? Ladders. No, it's leer. What's it called? Runs to happen. So when you, unless you're doing like 1,000 tablecloths, then put the right needles in for your overlocker. But because we use the overlocker on like everything we do, I tend to keep my overlocker needles on knit, on knit, on stretch. Yep, that's it.
I don't know. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Do you know everything?
Ja, alles volleerd.
Yeah,
My
it's a
mother.
lot, yeah.
Huh?
It's a lot less questions than normal. Normal people are a lot more.
Yeah, what's happening? Am I disappointing you?
It's not even that we're doing badly tonight. It's just that these people have no questions.
Because they've been watching. They know everything now. I've taught them everything. And the newbies, please ask us stupid questions. I don't mind repeating if we've said it before. This is for people who are starting out in sewing. This is also for people who can sew and want to share their own experiences. And if they do stuff like, as the person previously said about the inkjet, she knew that, I didn't know that. We want to create a community where we help each other. Okay, only those of us who want to help each other can help each other, and the others can just sit and watch and enjoy my absolutely awesome conversation. But I would prefer to be asked questions, and even if you have something that you know I can't explain now, you want me to research it, please do. And also remember, you can always WhatsApp us and ask us questions, and then we can get ready for the next live. It's almost like giving me time to prep.
People are saying they've learned a lot and they're paying attention in class. Could be the load shedding.
Huh?
Could be load shedding.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, are we gonna do it's a short one tonight? I actually thought this project was gonna take longer.
Oh, there's a question. Sorry.
Huh?
What number needles you use on overlocker?
Oh, okay. So it's not a specific number that you use on an overlocker. I don't know if you can see behind me here. These are Schmetz needles, and all of those needles can go onto the modern overlockers, modern domestic overlockers. Guys, don't use your grandmother's overlocker and use these needles. You've got to make sure that it actually can take normal needles. All the I want to say overlockers of the last 10 years takes normal sewing needles. Okay, so you use the same needles that you use in your machine. And how does needles work? Needles are fabric specific, they are not machine specific. Okay, they are all the same. All domestic needles are the same, how they attach to the machine, but their points and their shafts are different, and they are made specifically for specific fabrics. Okay. Also, Lisa, that Schmetz needle booklet is also on our website.
I don't know.
I think you put it on there.
Upload it tomorrow if it's not.
Okay. So Schmetz has a little app, and Schmetz, let me spell it to you. What?
I'll post it on our WhatsApp group.
Yes.
So go join our WhatsApp group. It's at www.fabric8.co.za/insta-link. Or the link in our bio.
Yes. Okay. So Schmetz also has a little app, but it's not an interactive app. It's an app that is like a book. So you're going to just page, right? That actually explains. I'm sure I had a little booklet. Where it is now, I will.
The people have questions.
But they will. What?
Now the people have questions.
Okay. So in the app, it'll say, I am working on satin. What needles should I use? It will tell you that this needle is for satin. 10 different fabrics. Okay. So there is no and the size difference of needles depends on the weave. So if it's a very thin, tightly woven, like if you think about cotton percale, I don't know if any of you have ever tried to sew cotton percale with a normal needle that's an 80-12. It sometimes makes you can just hear the needle is too thick. So then you would go down to a 60-80 or 75 70-10 or something like that. But the thickness of the needle has to do with the thickness or the weave of the fabric. How tight is it woven? Okay. But the needle type has to do with the type of fabric. So if your question was about overlockers, you would possibly most of the time use an 80-12 stretch needle, or I think the stretch goes down in a 70. Wait, I actually have it here. Stretch is, I think, a 70-10 is a thinner needle, but 80-12 should be a good needle, and I would put a stretch needle into your overlocker so that when you do work with stretch, it actually is for that fabric, and a stretch needle will be fine on normal woven fabrics. Okay, Lisa, next question.
Okay. Oh, Magda said, oh, mine's already busy doing the project. That's one big of questions. Question on Instagram. Just needed to know, if I sew metallic cotton, do I need those wax thingies or specific needles?
There is a specific needle, metallic needle. I have them. Do I have them? I have them somewhere. I'm trying to find. Oh, here we go. There we go. And it's called metallic needle. And guys, as I said to you, every single one of these needles, people think, oh, they all look the same. This is a money-making scheme. It's not. The eye of this needle is specially made to take those metallic threads without fraying it. So if you use a stretch needle, for instance, stretch needle's hole is very tiny and it can fray metallic thread. So there's a metallic needle for it. And if your machine is having trouble with the thread, I would be very scared to actually use wax on my thread that runs through my machine. I don't know. Maybe someone else can tell us about the wax. I've actually never used thread wax because I always use good thread, so I've never had issues with my thread. When I use thread wax is when I do hand sewing.
Okay, someone says they have an ancient imbecile machine that she would like to sell, but how does she start selling it? Do you have any advice?
Okay, not really. But I do know Facebook marketplaces where if ever I've bought secondhand machines or sold, I've always sold it on Facebook marketplace. Just always be very sure to have the money in your account before you actually give the product. For no reason, give the machine. My son was selling something about a month ago, and the guy gave him all the pop and the everything, and then he sent a driver, and he told my son, because my son said, no, the money isn't in yet, you can't have whatever it was, I can't remember. And he said, no, but the driver is in a hurry, it's in a hurry, I sent you all the pops, just give it to him. So they're going to try everything to get that thing from you without paying. So if the money is in your account, and I sometimes even suggest, not that this makes any real sense, that if it's a big number, like, I don't know what's big, 10,000 Rand, or 5,000 Rand, I don't know what big is, that you actually move that money out of that account. Because I've heard of people saying that you can cancel a payment at certain banks. So you see the money, and then you give him the product, and like half an hour later he cancelled the payment. So yeah, take the money out of the account. Anyway, yeah, next.
How do you know what needles to use?
Oh, I did just said that. You download the Schmetch app. It's on Google Store or whatever it's called. Play
Store.
Google, yeah, Android it is, and it's also on in the iStore, and it's like a little booklet that has all Schmetch's needles in it, and then underneath that needle it'll give you the different sizes, and it'll tell you exactly what fabrics are suitable to that needle. Okay, and Schmetz you spell SCHMETZ. Very difficult name.
Okay, any techniques for sewing zip?
Zips.
We've done a live stream on zips.
We've done, yes, the pillowcases.
Go back to our 2 pillowcase live streams on Instagram. We did a lot about zips there.
Yes. A normal zip, there are so many tutorials to do zips. And I'm one of those people that say, buy yourself some 10 or 20 centimeter zips, cut 10 pieces to match them, and follow a few tutorials, because there are so many different techniques. And you have to find the one that works best for you. Because some people... sewing, what I learned about sewing and teaching people is that most people in sewing, people actually struggle with something until you show them another way, and then suddenly it's easy. It's just the way our minds work. I almost want to say it's like when we were kids and we all built with Lego, but we all could build with Lego, some better than others, but we all approached it differently. So my suggestion is, there are so many. You get a centered zip. That's a normal zip that goes in the back of a dress. And then you get a lapped zip. A lapped zip has a little lap that covers the whole zip. It's not in the center. That goes onto the side of pants or dresses or skirts. And then you get an exposed zip, which is the one that you get on... exposed zip on our zip bags have exposed zips, or the zip front, sometimes it's exposed, or hoodie. And then you get a invisible zip. Now my suggestion is that if you've never sewn a zip, please people don't start with an invisible zip. It's almost guaranteed to fail. Okay. Secondly, a lot of people go, oh no, I'm going to put an invisible zip in there. Remember one thing about invisible zips. They are finicky, okay? So when we did runway shows when I was still studying, most of those dresses have invisible zips in them. And they fail. Many failed, where we had to hook it with a pin or something, because it's a finicky zip. It's not as strong as a normal zip. So use it when it needs to be used, like in evening wear. Don't put an invisible zip on the shorts you're going to wear to the beach. It's a waste of your time, and that shorts is you're going to zip it up too many times, and you're going to have to replace the zip. Next.
No, go.
It's klar.
If you use metallics, do you put it on the same bobbin?
Yes. Oh, depending on if you need the metallics to show on the inside of the garment also. If you don't, then you use normal thread on the bottom and just the metallics on top. But if you want it to be both side metallic, which I wouldn't suggest, because metallic thread is slightly more coarse and scratchy. So if it's like on a skirt or on a dress, or I don't know, on a bra, I would still use normal thread on the other underside.
So, who I'm not gonna name wants to know how's the labels going.
Yes, I have now got Photoshop, Illustrator. I've spent literally the whole of yesterday just getting my computer to believe that it's a computer. Because it came here with 0 on it. And this is after I received it last week with 0 on it and put everything on it, virus or something, because it just stopped everything. I click and it goes, and I thought, I don't know, I can't replace the computer, it's too expensive. And luckily my husband had a guy, and he put in a new hard drive and more RAM, and I didn't even know that you could open. He had to take the screen off the computer to put in a new SSD. So hopefully now, if I can just I have to put every single thing's password back in. I cannot tell you the absolute pain this was. But anyway, But now my computer is semi up and running, and I will definitely that's my next project to do, and also that's the next thing.
That's it.
Okay, guys.
Last call. Send engagement, send messages, send hearts.
Who do miss that hearts?
Share with your friends. Tell your grandma about us.
Love, peace signs. I need all of that. I need some rainbows. I need rain, not just rainbows. I need some umbrellas with rain because it's very hot here.
Send lightning bolts for electricity.
Yes. Eskom se push. Send some. Okay, guys, I want to play a game quickly. You're going to go on your phone and you go into WhatsApp and you press your emojis. And I want to know the last emoji you sent from your phone. Hit me. I want to see who used the aubergine.
Mine is the laughing crying emoji.
Laughing, my phone is on the tripod, so I can't help you. But come on, guys. Last emoji you used. Send it. Mine might be a rabbit or some animal.
A smiley face with hearts around it.
Yours is a clap emoji. The most frequently used. It's a clap emoji. Yes, yours is a clap.
Actually, you know when I didn't use it, it came up and I had to delete it because I don't understand that.
Which one?
Why would you? What am I clapping for?
Your mom's is a clapping.
Mine's a clapper.
Yes, pray.
No, not that one. It's the clap one. It's the clap one. It's
No,
the actual clap
I don't
one.
use the praying one. What are we getting?
Praying one.
Lisa, the clap one I just sent.
Eyes, hands over eyes.
Oh,
Bells has the weirdest one. She's got like a gorilla.
Yeah.
gorilla. Maybe she was texting you for the monkey.
Dawn has a tick.
A tick. Yeah. Nobody has dirty conversations, it seems. Oh,
Amina has a dragon.
a dragon? What was she doing?
Nothing.
Huh?
Say that thing that is a duck thing.
It's a dagga thing. Chasing the dragon. Amina. Nee, man. Nee.
Posted a smiley face.
Smiley face. I saw this the other day on some program I was watching. And oh, you know what? It was an interview with 3 or 4 different Formula 1 drivers, all the youngsters. And and I think it was Lando Norris, was it him? That they asked them to show their phones, and his last one was the aubergine. On TV, ne?
Ursula had flowers.
Flowers. Ag maar jy's so oulik. Hoor, is julle nie Ek gaan môre vuil praat op WhatsApp. Me, I'm going to do it tomorrow because I feel like we're losing out, man. Okay, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you for joining us, and we shall be back next week. If you have any ideas,
Oh, we did get some ideas.
now, give me this now. Any idea. Doesn't matter how stupid it sounds, send it to Lisa on chat now because I am running out of ideas. It takes me a half a day of looking through stuff to find something that we can make. Send all your ideas now.
Someone get an idea in the WhatsApp group that we do Easter inspired thing. I can't remember. It was something specific.
Can we do
Something Eastery.
could we make an Easter monkey? An egg hunt. What an egg hunt? Well, I don't know. I haven't got my kids are big. Can you see? It's like a hunting basket or something they call it. Easter egg hunting basket.
No.
Hunting Easter egg basket. Easter hunting egg basket. It's one of those. It's one of those. Okay, we can. I'll look at that. What else? What else does one need specifically for Easter?
I don't know. I can't remember what you suggested, to be honest.
Okay, well send it now. Send it now. And there's only a few emojis coming through. I know there's someone with a dirty mind. Send it now.
The last emoji you used.
The
A lot
last
of people,
emoji you
A lot of
used.
people use the laughing crying face.
Oh, lol. No.
Well, it's just the laughing. I don't know.
It's an apron.
An apron. Oh, is she barefoot in front of the stove in the kitchen?
Done an apron.
Huh?
Did an apron already.
We have done an apron. Yes, there's an apron pattern on, and it actually has a kitties, ne? And
What's your one size?
I think it's got 4 or 5 sizes, and there's a live stream on that. You can find it.
Coco says bucket hat.
But you know what? I was looking at bucket hats. I haven't made a hat in years. I will have to make one first. I can explore that. I used to make them when I was at school. I haven't made a hat since school. But I'm sure I can figure it out. Hmm?
Goodbye.
Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you very much for joining us. 7 o'clock next week. If you need anything to sew with or use, www.fabric8.co.za. That's fabric with the number 8. Fabric8.co.za. And then there's www.fabric8.co.za. Lisa? /Insta-link. That's where you get all our patterns and all the things that we are sharing with you. And you will get our WhatsApp link there, WhatsApp group links, and you will get what else?
That might be it.
That might be it. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. Who's leaving first?
Instagram
Bye, Insta.
and Facebook
Facebook. I love you. Goodbye.
and YouTube.
And YouTube.